at that.
A 7-bedroom student flat in Dunedin is often home to each of the 7 deadly sins. Gareth is hoping the boys have already atoned for any transgressions.
G'day, you there?
In the very first bedroom, Gareth discovers evidence of sin number 1, wrath.
One of the tenants informed me that he had a problem with his bottom set locking, so he wanted to gain entry, so he gave it a good old boot in. He's definitely gained entry there. And it's sort of, he's completely ruined the door. So it's just completely blown it right out. So that's pretty much a new door.
But there's one sin the occupant of room number 2 can't be accused of. Pride.
Yeah, I suppose when he's got everything on the floor, he can just throw it straight into his bag and he's good to go home.
It's the kind of floor drawer that makes full use of all the available space.
Must make it a bit easier when it's on the floor instead of in the drawers, so you can just pile it straight in.
In the kitchen, just a hint of gluttony, if not sloth.
I think I need to get some professional help.
But in bedroom 3, more wrath.
He's blown his door out there as well. A bit more expensive. This one's a solid core door, so that's going to cost him a few bucks. That one. Bit of a pain.
Bedroom 4 has still more evidence of a flat-wide grudge against doors.
Looks like you've got to get out this door here as well, eh? That one's been repaired too.
Either the house has been brutally burgled, or no one around here can seem to remember their keys.
Sort of had a bit of an attempt at it.
Gareth receives a promise the boys will fix the doors and clean up the rest of their flat, meaning he'll have to return to see if they're as good as their word.
So that's pretty much the end of that inspection. So as long as they do what they said they'd do, we'll come back in a couple of weeks and check it out.
Judy will be meeting a court bailiff to deal with a tenant who is a serious offender, and it's an unwelcome first. Judy has come armed with an eviction order, and the bailiff is ready to enforce it. But she has no idea if there will be anyone to enforce it on.
I've never done this before. I've never had to get a bailiff out, so I'm just not sure of the full procedure and hope that I don't have to do it again.
This is not any property manager's favourite part of the job, but as it happens, there'll be no nasty confrontation today.
No one home, Judy, mate?
I've been round here countless times and there's never been anyone home.
Judy's come prepared for this eventuality.
But I've got a key, so we'll go in anyway until...
Or so she thought.
I don't have a key for this part here. I don't know why we don't have a key for that. So consequently, I can't get in. Yeah, we'll just have to wait for the locksmith to turn up at 1 o'clock, so we've just got a few more minutes to wait, and then it'll be all go. Okay.
Prue Morrell from Good Girls in Christchurch
See you soon.
has been dealing with the Earthquake Commission on behalf of struggling landlords all over the city.
Since the earthquakes, I have relocated hundreds of tenants.
Today, she's off to visit yet another quake-damaged property. Inside, men in reflective clothing are already taking measurements. Outside, Prue discovers the damage the EQC Druids are here to assess.
You've got it there. Down here, you can see exactly where it is. We've got this kind of splitting and splitting down through here and along the foundation. So what they do is grind epoxy resin, sand and reclad in these areas.
Special equipment is being used to measure any movement caused by the quake in the house. Outside, Prue's special equipment is causing a movement of its own.
Jeepers, that was close.
The plasterer has arrived to make an assessment of recladding options, and the news is not good.
Your best bet is to just apply a full mesh and basically start
That's
again.
what they're planning.
All repairs of this nature need to be approved by the EQC,
So we're starting 9th of June.
Yes.
and it seems the Commission has come up with a time frame for Prue's landlord.
They believe it's going to take 3 weeks inside. The outside is going to be far harder because we're dealing with the winter months and we're up against the weather. So that could take up to 6-7 weeks.
The property owner now has a date to work with.
Thank you so much. Now I've got to go down the hill.
I don't know how you do it.
I need crampons. Look after yourself, Bev. We'll be in touch. Thanks ever so.
Prue's work here is done, and the only remaining task is negotiating a dignified exit.
Those baby steps we used to do at school.
In Whangarei, property manager Judy Morgan is conducting an eviction, or at least trying to.
Yeah, I can't get in.
A bailiff is on the scene, thanks to unpaid rent now in the hands of the court. And with this tenant's track record, Judy is glad to have a burly man at her side.
When I came in last week to see if the tenant was here, I actually went into the property. The place is an absolute pit. So there you've got syringe and files of something. I went down to the police station with these photos. They tended to think that it was for methadone.
While Judy waits for a locksmith, she examines the property's exterior. And what she finds outside isn't putting her into a positive frame of mind about the inside.
Dog bones. Oh, God. Rubbish under the deck. Cigarette butts in the garden. So that will all have to go. Robert, how are you?
The locksmith has arrived,
Well,
but gaining access without damaging the property takes time.
I wish we could do it like the police, just break in. That would be good, wouldn't it? But, you know, the Privacy Act and all of that, no, we can't break the law.
The bailiff goes in first. Judy can already see the tenant has done a runner.
Am I allowed to come in now?
Yes, what?
Thank you.
There's no one here.
No. I've moved the evidence of the syringes were all sitting here. This is his notice from the courts that the hearing was last week. Oh, this is the notice that was on the door, the eviction notice. That was on the door.
There can be no doubt the tenant knew what was coming,
They've taken a lot of heed of that, haven't they?
which makes Judy wonder about a number of intriguing anomalies.
Oh, my goodness. Ew. Oh, God. See, now this is off, and I'd love to be able to get up there to see just what might be up there or why it's off.
Maybe the tenant's hiding up there. But there are simpler issues.
It's dirty. Oh, that just is putrid. It just stinks. It's just revolting. That's it. No, I'm not going there anymore. It stinks.
In the bedroom, more work for the locksmith.
Look at this, and this one too. Fix that for me as well, thanks. For God's sake, that's what they've done. They've taken these off so they can climb in and out of the window.
With the eviction now enacted,
Okay, all right, thank you.
all of these problems are now officially Judy's.
Basically, it says possession has been taken of these premises and you must not re-enter this property. If you do, you'll be liable for trespass action. So if they try and get in, it becomes a police matter.
The locksmith makes the place secure,
Okay, thanks ever so much.
and Judy looks forward to new tenants.
Now it's just a matter of getting cleaners in and getting it cleaned up so it's back to a reasonable condition, and hopefully getting new tenants in as soon as possible and mitigating any further loss for the owner.
Gareth Harper is revisiting a student flat bearing the scars of student life.
That is completely stuffed.
Last time the place had been vandalised and was a major mess, but today is a new day.
A lovely day here in Dunedin. It's always like this down here, isn't it? They've actually moved out. We'll go there and do a wee final inspection and see what sort of state they've left it in and just see what we have to fix.
On his first visit, Gareth found clothes on the floor. Now there's something on the roof. It's a topsy-turvy world.
There's actually a mattress up on the roof, so we'll probably need to do a bit of that. Looks like we need to give the spoutings a bit of a clear out, so we'll be able to get that down at the same time. And you have a bit of a general look around and see what we've got in there. Hello? You there?
Inside, Gareth experiences that deja vu moment you get when you walk into certain rooms.
Well, he's pretty much completely broken it, completely stuffed.
So much for the promised repairs.
That is completely stuffed, that one. Yeah, it's quite classic. They say they had a problem with the door and I couldn't get in, so I had to get in there in a hurry, so I kicked it in. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, that's what they seem to do.
In the bathroom, the doorknob and latch are fine, but there's more evidence of door rage.
This one's got a bit of a boot mark on the door there.
This is starting to look like a crime scene, complete with forensic evidence.
Left a few traces in the toilet as well. It's always lovely for somebody to come and clean off. And that's sort of their effort of finishing off the clean-up, which is definitely substandard.
It's a classic case of out of sight, out of mind for the now departed tenants.
It's almost like they've got their nasal rinse thing and just sprayed it all over the show instead of actually sticking it up their nose.
Adding to Gareth's headache are the piles of belongings deposited by the incoming tenants.
This is quite often the way they leave the bedrooms when they, oh, can we throw some gear in here? We're moving in next year, and they come and arrange it with the tenants for next year, and the person that moves into that room quite often turn up with their parents. They say, oh, the room's a pigsty, you haven't cleaned it, and it's a big drama. It's just part of the fun, looking after student stuff.
Despite depositing their worldly possessions, many student renters have a worryingly lax attitude to security.
Bloody idiots. They never lock the places up properly and wonder what burglars target them.
The departing tenants have done a good impression of passengers abandoning the Titanic.
You know, they just don't really make any effort at all. Probably thinks he's done a reasonable job.
While there's evidence of good intentions,
I bet that hasn't got too close to the oven, that stuff, because that's still pretty full.
good deeds are thin on the ground, unlike the filth these tenants have left behind.
That's pretty gross. There's something lurking in the back.
But that's nothing compared to what's lurking in the depths of the kitchen cupboard.
Oh, look at that.
Gareth retrieves a potato so old it's begun to resemble a deep-sea crustacean.
Boys haven't been eating any vegetables.
But what's down below pales in comparison to what's up above.
I'll go up on the deck and have a wee look.
We're right up.
Prue Morell from Good Girls in Christchurch is in the middle of another long day dealing with the fallout from the Canterbury earthquakes.
You've got it there. Down here, you can see exactly where it is.
And it's keeping her on her toes.
Jeepers.
Just.
It's not built for a 6-inch heel.
This afternoon, she's been invited to attend a special screening. And unfortunately, it's not the kind of viewing she prefers.
We're off to a property where we cleaned up some raw sewage about 10 days ago. So we're going down to watch them running poo cam for us.
Yes, poo cam is exactly what it sounds like it is. A special camera for looking into the bowels of Christchurch's steaming sewers.
Then they supply a DVD, which is certainly not Saturday night viewing with the popcorn. So we're down to meet Dazza, or Head Poo.
Now, Poo Man is on the scene, love is in the air too.
You haven't been down any
No.
drains?
No, not yet.
God, you've been on a diet. Darling, you're looking gorgeous.
But what's this? Poo Man has a new sidekick.
This is Daniel.
Oh, it's a good-looking boy.
He is a very good-looking
If I was 20 years younger, you could be in trouble.
Yes. You don't be 20 years younger. That's all right.
Whoa! Right.
Dazza has his camera down the drain, and he's already discovered several ruptures in the pipe.
See the spray marks?
I love the colour.
Yes, it is. Nice way to clean that. They're brakes. He's
Yes.
halfway down his cameraing from there.
Right.
So he's heading down the driveway.
Poo Man is on the job, but Poo Cam is just one weapon in Poo Man's impressive arsenal.
Navy poo.
Using a machine that sounds like a landing flying saucer, Dazza has located the irksome fissures in the underground piping.
We've got one here at 8:30. So the pipe in the ground is 800 mil deep.
Yes.
So we'll have to just cut this concrete and replace this section of pipe.
It's just another legacy of the Canterbury earthquakes. First, there was liquefaction. Now there's a human equivalent bubbling up into backyards like this one.
Isn't it fascinating?
Poo Cam is providing not just a valuable insight, but a whole new sensory experience.
Poo cam is not smelling so good.
No, she does smell it.
Oh, I just got a little...
Wee woof.
Oh, that's right. Any peg?
It could have been Daniel. He's quite gassy today.
But what Poo Cam has uncovered can't be blamed on Daniel or anyone else.
There's a crescent shape in the pipe.
Yes.
It's where the collars are joined together, but because of the earthquake and the ground movement, it's dropped away and pulled apart and smashed back together. And that can cause tree roots to go through because it means the pipe's open and exposed and just tree roots love to get in there.
This is the stuff of nightmares, not just for the residents, but for Prue, who will now have to take this to the Earthquake Commission.
We've got to get this off now to EQC,
Yep.
reopen the claim.
Good luck with that.
Thanks very much.
It's not luck, it's patience Prue needs. Claims to the EQC can take up to 3 years to be processed. But there is some good news.
We tidied up all the poos though, gave it a good clean up. So
Yes.
there's no poos on site and we've disinfected the path.
It's all in a day's work for Poo Man and his poo cam.
It's good to see you.
Yes. See you, darling. Great meeting you.
See you, bro.
Bloody idiots.
Promises, promises.
That's pretty gross.
Gareth Harper is re-inspecting a flat that the tenants promised to tidy up.
Part of the fun, looking after student stuff.
But in the world of student flats, nothing is as it should be.
Oh, look at that.
Least of all this potato. And these dirty students have made themselves comfortable both inside the flat and on it.
There's actually a mattress up on the roof.
Now Gareth is ascending the stairway to hell to find out more.
I'll go up on the deck and have a wee look. It's a big clean-up.
It's a second lounge, complete with outdoor furniture of the indoor variety.
This sort of left their junk strewn everywhere. That couch's going to have to go to the tip.
And charming plants.
Do we plant there? A tomato plant, maybe?
Maybe it's a parting gift for Gareth, along with the mattress on the roof.
The buggers to get on the roof from up here as well. But my spoutings need a good tidy up. So I'll get the guy there to do the spoutings at the same time. He can pull that off the roof.
These are all offerings Gareth can do without.
Multi-purpose cleaner. What the hell have they been doing with it up here? Probably not very much.
Ironically, there are more cleaning products on the premises than in a supermarket aisle.
I've had the dishwashing liquid up here as well.
Good intentions are a long way from good deeds, and Gareth can't escape one conclusion.
Bloody messy buggers, aren't they? Messy buggers, aren't they? These guys are messy buggers.
And with that, Gareth is washing his hands of this Dunners debacle. This is now a job for professional cleaners, and Gareth will be sending the bill to one Mr. Bond. Tenancy bond.